hello, I'm Matthew Murray and this is Chronicle Online. I'm here with a very special guest today. It's the one and only, the legendary Chris Kamara. Chris, your football career is taking you all around the world, as has your media career. Just how much of a highlight is coming to the Barnsley Chronicle today for you?
You know, I've been for a Barnsley chop already, or had one from you, I suppose. Yeah, no, it's great, isn't it? You know, it's out promoting the old League Cup, which is the Capital One Cup for next season. The football starts tomorrow. I mean, it's been such a long time, isn't it? The end of April, football finished, certainly for the Football League, and so to be back tomorrow, it's just great. The Olympics has been great as well, hasn't it?
It's been a good summer for sport, but the football season's where it's at, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody wants football back, you know, and I'm on Twitter and all the fans just keep saying, when's it coming back, when's it coming back? And it's back tomorrow, thankfully.
Bit of a juicy tie for Barnsley tomorrow, away at Rochdale. Our manager Keith Hill, it's his old club, going back to Rochdale for the Capital One Cup first round. How do you think that's going to go?
Well, it's amazing what the Cup throws up, doesn't it? Managers going back to their old clubs, players going back to their own clubs. Team you've beaten the year before and all that type of stuff. Keith Hill will get a fantastic reception. He's the best manager in Rochdale's history. He's the only manager who's ever gotten promoted from League Two, so he's a bit of a legend there. It's not worked out for him at the moment at Barnsley, but it's early days, you know. I don't think the fans should be too worried. This season is the one that'll count for him. He can be judged on this season, and let's see how he does. It's not going to be an easy game for him against his old club because you never know how they're going to go. But from Barnsley's point of view, they'll be hoping to get off to a good start and get a decent team in the next round, which obviously the financial implications are great.
Absolutely. 15 years ago, Chris, Barnsley did the unthinkable. They got promoted to the promised land of the Premier League. That day, in April 1997, they beat a Bradford City team 2-0, which was managed by a certain Chris Kamara.
Yeah, I remember it well. I remember the whole day well. You know, Danny Wilson's a friend of mine, and we get on really, really well, and I was so pleased for him that day. Disappointed for myself because we were in the mire. We would look like we could possibly go down, but we had 2 games left to play. We had Charlton, who'd already been promoted alongside Barnsley to the Premier League, and we had the final day of the season against Queen's Park Rangers. We had to win them both to stay up. Thankfully, we did win them both, so it didn't matter what happened against Barnsley. But at that time, as you can imagine, the celebrations for all the Barnsley people getting promotion to the Premier League was just a great day for them. Disappointing for the Bradford City fans on that particular day, and disappointing for myself. But as Danny will tell you, I was really pleased for him, and that's very unprofessional of me. I've still got my phone on.
Oh, really? do you want to take it?
Yeah, let's see.
Take the call if you want. Maybe it's Jeff Stelling.
Oh no, it's one of the producers at Sky, so we're all right.
Oh, they can leave it. This is far more important, isn't it? So any other memories of Barnsley, Chris, from your football career?
Yeah, you had some great days here. I remember playing against Mick McCarthy and Jack Lester donkeys years ago when I was at Portsmouth and Swindon. Steve Agnew was an old rival of mine in the old days, and obviously I've played against them in recent times since then. And they've always done very well. You know, Darren Gough, he's a mate of mine, and he's a big Barnsley fan, and he's desperate for them to do really well. Would love them to get another crack at the Premier League. It's difficult, it's hard. You know, when I look back at where Bradford are, and where Barnsley are now and where they've been, you know, it's no God-given right to get to the Premier League. It's no God-given right to be in the Championship. Bradford are floundering, but they had a great time. Their times might come back again.
Couple of funny questions for you before we finish. Is it true you once changed your name by deed poll? And
I did.
What did you change it to?
What did I change it to now? Can you remember?
I can't remember.
I changed it for the World Cup in South Africa, and it was Imagine. What was my name though? I can't remember what it was. Whatever it was, anyway, I did change it by deed poll. But the second that England got knocked out against Germany, my son changed it back because it's so easy to do on the internet now. But I have to say, I got paid quite a few quid by a sponsorship company to change it. And
but you are now Chris Kamara. That is your actual name.
Yeah, I am back, and I can't even remember what my other name was. How stupid is that? Yeah.
Final question. Unbelievable Jeff has become a bit of a catchphrase of yours. Talk us through the beginnings of that saying.
Well, I never realised that I was actually doing it, and it wasn't until, crikey, I think it was 1998 where they showed the Christmas funnies, and it was Boxing Day, and Queen's Park Rangers were playing Manchester City, and I don't see the start of Soccer Saturday. I only have to get to the grounds and hear Jeff talking to me when I've got to do my reports. And Kevin Keegan came out with Manchester City for the team warm-up, and he started taking the mickey out of me. Unbelievable, Jeff, unbelievable, Jeff. And I thought, what you on about? And I said, what you on about, Kevin? He went, oh, we've just been watching the Soccer Saturday funnies before the coach set off to come to Queen's Park Rangers. And that's all you ever say. And up until that time, I didn't know I'd said it.
Well, for our Chronicle audience, could you just give us one quick unbelievable Jeff to the camera? And then that's it. Chris Kamara with the Capital One Cup making its first and probably only appearance to Barnsley.
The Capital One Cup is back tomorrow. That's unbelievable, Jeff.